Hey friends, it's Brad Brain. So, like many of the things I find myself speaking on, there is a set of circumstances that all came into play. Three things, and this is not uncommon. This has happened a bunch. So, first thing, I find it interesting. Second thing, I go and then the third thing, I find myself shooting a video on it. First thing that happened in this case is I'm actually really strongly considering opening a second branch in the Lower Mainland of BC. It's there's just I think an underserved market niche there that's really fascinating to me, which you'd think is like how can with the population of the Lower Mainland how can there be an underserved market? But I really think there is, and I really think that I could do some good work for that particular group of people. So here's an example. What I mean, I'm down there. Um, I mean, this is an anecdote, so take from it what you will. But I'm in the local bank branch, and they've got these little flyers. Like everybody's got these flyers, right? I got one too. It's one of these little about us flyers, and they're talking about their financial planning department, and I'm going, man, is that ever weak? And I'm looking at their credentials. I'm going, seriously, that's your financial planners? No, it's no. I mean, as individuals, I'm sure these guys are nice people, and I'm not saying that bank staff don't have good planners, but well, let me circle back to the idea of the banks. The second thing that happened is Twitter. I enjoy Twitter. I'm actually not active on Twitter for my own posting. Part of that is because of compliance. There's my compliance department just doesn't want me on Twitter because basically they're responsible for what I say, and it's just easier for them to monitor my LinkedIn profile. So basically, my investment content, it all goes on LinkedIn, but I can put some general business things on Twitter, or just whatever observations. So I'm on there a little bit for my own content, but mostly I'm on there to see what's going on, right? What's going on in the investment community, different people that I like to listen to, that sort of stuff. So I noticed that I don't know where these guys pop up, but man, just so many people think that somehow they're qualified to dispense financial advice, right? And there's this one outfit, and I don't know what they call themselves, Canadian Financial Advice or something like that. But it's anonymous. I don't know who's behind it. And that's not the real title. So if there is actually somebody out there calling them Canadian Financial Advice, that's pure coincidence. I just made that up right now on the spot. But whoever these anonymous guys are, I mean, they just launched their Twitter. They got I don't know, I think 200 posts, which is nothing. If you don't follow Twitter, 200 posts. I mean, some people do that in a day. And they have limited number of followers, but they're putting some stuff out there that is just pretty far-fetched, right? Now, the problem is the public doesn't know what's far-fetched and what's reality, right? And that leads me to a third point. Yesterday, a fellow came in. He wanted to know if we'd be the good fit for him. We're not. I think he needs a robo-advisor for what he wants to do. But more importantly, I don't think he should be doing what he should be doing. He mentioned some stuff. I guess long story short, he's wondering what he can do, and he hears stories. He hears about cryptocurrency. He tells me his friends made a lot of money in cryptocurrency. Did they? Not recently, right? Not recently. Did maybe they made some money a long time ago, and maybe they sold, so they actually preserved the money. But I mean, Bitcoin's down by 2/3 this past year. So how much money did anybody make in cryptocurrency in the last year? I just don't have any confidence in that, and I told him so in that sector. The total thing. I think cryptocurrency is a mirage. I don't think it's real. I think it's not just the scandals. I think it's just there's no substance to it. And then I get it that other people will disagree with me, and you're welcome to do that, but that doesn't mean you're right, does it? A lot of people, to give you an example, think that cryptocurrency is a magnet for idiots. So maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. You're welcome to your own opinions. But here's the point: is this guy? He's trying to figure out what to trust. Right? He mentioned TikTok, and I thought that was humorous because I said, guys like me, we look to TikTok for comedy, and I think he misunderstood me. I think he thought that I didn't recognize the medium as being a new way of expressing themselves because he mentions his generation. I don't care how old you are. I'm not. So what? The medium is not important here, right? We could be talking about fax machines for all I care. It's the content, right? How do you trust the content? Because a lot of these people who put out content a little while ago, I mean, it's a joke, right? It's clickbait. It's they'll put out stuff like uh, 10 life hacks to make your first 100K or whatever. You gotta you honestly you have to understand that people who put out messages like that, they're doing it for their own purposes. They're not doing it to make you rich. They're doing it so that they can get views, which they can monetize or sell you a system or whatever. But this brings me to my point. We got bank advisors with virtually zero credentials. We've got anonymous people on Twitter, and then we've got your friends. So how do you know where to get your financial advice? And I'm going to start with this. Now, this isn't where we're going to finish, but we're going to start with this. We're going to start with certified financial planner designation. If you are speaking to somebody with a certified financial planner designation, that's a good sign that they have a basic fundamental knowledge. Now, it's basic fundamental knowledge, but it's a good foundation. It's not the ending point, right? Now, the problem is there's a plethora of designations out there. It's just an alphabet soup. Everybody's got letters after the name. How do you know which ones have substance? Because these bank advisors, they got letters after the name too. But, objectively, the content in the PFP designation, which is a banker's designation, it's lame. I mean, it's lame. I'm sorry if you got a PFP. I hope you're not content with it. I'm glad you got it. It's better than nothing. Just don't get complacent, because it's you're thinking about being a real financial planner if you got the PFP. It'd be a stretch to say you're one yet, right? The PFP is a watered down. It's a CFP light, right? And remember, CFP is the basic, it's not advanced. So there's that. There's also now this QAFP. That's I don't know why. Well, I know exactly why. It's because of some stuff that's probably beyond the scope of this video, but it's so people can have letters after their name in a evolving regulatory landscape. Detail is not important right now, but I'm happy to explain it. If you want to give me a call, I'll tell you what's going on. But the QAFP, it's like the first half of the CFP designation. So how can you call half of a designation, right? So lots of different letters out there. I can't go into all of them right now. There's so many. Some of them are great. Some of them are show comprehensive understanding of subject matter, and some of them are a joke. So let's say the CFP is a good start. And honestly, I don't know of anybody who's a serious financial. I guess there is one exception. If somebody goes straight to the CFA program, CFA is legit. I don't even have the CFA, and I don't. You know what? I actually, this is going to come across like a brag, but it's not. This is just reality. I forgot how many designations I have. It's like 12 or something like that. So when you get to double digits, it's easy to lose track of the obsolete ones from decades ago, right? But I've never got the CFA. I've never needed it for my profession. So, and even I'm a portfolio manager too. I just went a different route. I got my CIN instead of CFA. So CFA is legit. And if somebody has a CFA, they may not have a CFP. But other than that, I don't know of anybody out there. I guess actually I know of one person. So there's always exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, this will apply 99% of the time. Any legit financial planner, they might have other designations, but CFP will be in the mix. And there's one or two exceptions. And usually, I mean, the people that are really good at their work, you're going to know that they're really good at their work once you talk to them. So for the people, I know one person, she's got an RFP. She doesn't have her CFP. RFP is registered financial planner. That's even beyond the CFP. So however she ended up bypassing the CFP, it's not because she lacks the knowledge. I'll tell you that. She's at the top of her game too. So anyway, I'll just sum that up and say, where do you get your advice when you got these watered down designations that are out there, where you got people can say anything they want on Twitter and other social media, and you got all your buddies telling you what to do? By the way, I forgot to mention this. I've been doing this near 30 years. For 30 years, I've watched people turn $5,000 into $2,000 because their buddy had a good idea. Okay. So is your buddy, is your buddy a financial planner? Is your buddy licensed to talk about investment products, like, a broker of some kind? And so now that I just said broker, there's some multi-level marketers that call themselves brokers. They're not. They're multi-level marketers. So if anybody is in the industry, let's go back to that rule of thumb: is, do you have the CFP? And if not, are you working towards it? That should be part of your questions before you put a lot of credence into what people are telling you what to do with your money. So anyway, a little bit of rambling this week for a bit of a food for thought, but hopefully there's some good value in there for you. And if you got any questions, just let me know, because I'm here to help. I am happy to help people, even if they're not the right clients for me. I'm happy to help. I've done it today. Some people that they're friends, they called me up. Can I help them? Absolutely. Do they owe me any money? No, not to that one. Just a freebie. Just trying to help out. So if I can help out, and that being said, I don't give freebies away all the time, right? You might have to pay me for my time, but I am happy to help. So if there's anything I can do, let me know. I'm Brad Brain. Stay healthy. Be well. Take care.